Hello grade 10 students. Today I am going to do year-end evaluation 2019 Department of Education Northern Province paper 2. So you get 3 hours. You already know there are 2 parts, part A and part B. Part A you get 6 questions but you have to do 5 questions. And also in part B you get 6 questions. Only you have to select 5 questions out of that. Each question in part A and B, you get 10 marks for the question. Make sure that you complete maximum within 18 minutes per question. So let's look at the paper. Part A, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you get 6th question. Then part B, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can ask for a graph paper for the quadratic graph question. So let's do this paper now. Let's do question number 1 in paper 2. This is about quadratic graphs. So you have to find out the value and then draw the graph and answer the given questions. So let's do that. An incomplete table to draw y equals x squared minus 3 is shown below. Find the value of y when x equals 3. So you need to just substitute the value. X squared minus 3, x equals 0. You get 0 minus 3 is minus 3. So this value is minus 3. Then take suitable scale and draw the graph. We'll take 10 squares 1 unit for both sides. So you can start from minus 3. 2 minus 1, 0. You can draw the y-axis first. And then scale it starting from plus 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Then you can draw the x-axis. 0 here, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So we use the scale 10 squares 1 unit. So that means both sides 0.1, 1 over 10. So one small square is 0.1. Then we can mark the points. Minus 3 is 6. Minus 2, 1. Minus 1, minus 2. 0 minus 3. 1 minus 2. 2, 1. And 3 with 6. Now you can smoothly connect. I'll use the ruler to just connect the endpoints. And then smoothly connect the other points. So I'll take this way and here take this way. So that's the quadratic graph. So you get 3 marks for the graph, 1 mark for this one, and 3 marks for the graph. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for marking the points, and 1 mark for connecting the graph smoothly. Then we'll answer the questions using the graph. Using the above graph, find the coordinates of the turning point. Turning point is here. That's the minimum point, 0 and minus 3. So 0, minus 3. Find the range of x for which the function is decreasing negatively. Decreasing means this side, but negatively means only this part. Here the x value is 0. Here is minus 1.7. So you can write x is in between minus 1.7 to 0. That's decreasing negatively. Find the roots of the equation x squared minus 3. That's the graph we drew, x squared minus 3. That's equal to 0. That means y value is 0. Whereas y equals 0, that means on the x-axis where it cuts. So y equals 0. The solutions using the graph is minus 1.7 or this side 1.7. X equals 1.7. So those are the solutions when y equals 0. So how many marks? You are getting 2 marks for this part. And minus 1.7 to 0, 2 marks. And here 2 marks there. Writing down both the answers. So we gave 10 marks for the whole question. So let's do question number 2. That's about statistics question. Following table shows about information about 60 houses that consume water supply from a certain project. Find the modal class of the distribution, one which has the highest frequency. Because all the lengths are equal, widths are equal. So you can refer this one. 16 means 21 to 25. That's the modal class. So you get 1 mark there. We'll take the next one. Take midpoint of modal class as the assumed mean. Find the mean number of units consumed by one house. So water units. This is mid value we have to find. Frequency, number of consumers, and then deviation and FT. We have to write down the intervals 0 to 10, 11 to 15. Here the widths are not the same, but you can find out the frequency. Here all the other values are the same. So 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30, 31 to 35, 36 to 40. And we need the total. What's the mid value? Add and divide by 2. 0 plus 10 divided by 2, 5. 11 plus 15, you get 26. Divide by 2, that's 30. 16 and 20. Add it, 36. That means 18. You are adding 2 to the lower boundary. 23, 28, 33. 36 plus 2, 38. Then the frequencies are given 4, 8, 12, 16, 10, 6, 4. What's the total? It says how many houses? 60 houses. This is 60. Deviation. So modal class we found 21 to 25. So that's deviation. So we have to take assumed mean as that. Assumed mean is mid value of the modal class. That's 23. So deviation is 0. So here the difference is 5. Minus 5, minus 10. And here the difference is not the same. 23 and 5. 18 is there. Here the difference is 5 plus 5, 10 and 15. That's correct. Now we can multiply F and D. 4 times minus 18. Minus 72. 8 times 10. Minus 80. 12 times 5. 60. 16 times 0. 0. 50. 60. 60 here. And the total? Add the positive numbers first. 170. Negative numbers. 212. So what's the difference? 212 and 170. You get minus 42 is the total of FD. So what is the mean value? So mean is equal to assumed mean plus sigma FD over sigma F. Assumed mean 23. Total FD minus 42. Divide by 60. So what's the value? 23. You can divide by 6. This is 10 and 7. 7 over 10 means 0.7. So when you subtract, you get 22.3. That's the mean number of units consumed by one house. So how many marks for this? You are getting 5 marks, 22.3, 5 marks. 1 mark for mean value, 1 mark for deviation, and 1 mark for total FD. 3 and 4 for the equation and 5 for the final answer. So 5 marks for calculating mean value. So that's 22.3. Next part, if 10 rupees is charged for 1 unit of water, find the expected total amount received by 60 houses. So amount for 60 houses, one house, that's 22.3 units and just 10 rupees per house, 1 unit, then 60 houses. You multiply by 60. So 2 zeros and multiply by 6. 6 times 3, 18. 1 remaining. 6 times 2, 12 plus 1, 13. 1 remaining. 6 times 2, 12 plus 1, 13. And you have to put 1 decimal point. So what's the value? 13,380 rupees. So this amount is for 60 houses per day. So what about monthly expected value? You have to multiply by 30 because 30 days per month. So total amount for a month, you have to multiply by 30. 0, 0. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 3, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. 1 remaining. 3 times 3, 9 plus 1, 10. 1 remaining. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1, 4. So what's the expected amount? 1,400 rupees. So let's see how many marks for that. 4, not 1, 400, that's 4 marks for that. So we gave 5 marks for the whole question. Question number 3, algebraic fractions are there and then simultaneous equations. Simplify 2 over a plus 1 plus 2 over a squared plus a. You need to factorize this. What are the factors? You can take a out and then the remaining one is a plus 1. Now we can find out the lowest common multiple. A plus 1 is there and a. So that means you have to multiply this by a and this one you don't need to multiply. So 2a plus 2. So here you can take 2 out and write a plus 1. A and A plus 1 is there. Can you see A plus 1 get cancelled out? So what's the final answer? So you get 2 over A. So how many marks for this part? You get 3 marks. Part B. A man has 32 20 rupee notes and 50 rupee notes. The total amount of all is 1000 rupees. Take X as the number of 20 rupees notes. 20 rupee notes and Y as the 50 rupee notes. Construct two simultaneous equations. Solve the equation and find number of 20 rupee notes and 50 rupee notes separately. So finding X and Y. So we'll create the two equations. 32 notes are there. That means X plus Y is equal to 32. When you take the value, that's 1000. X into 20, 20x. Y into 50, 50y. The total is 1000. You can divide by 10 and write down the equation 2x plus 5y equals 100. That's your second equation. How you solve? You have to make the same coefficient. We'll multiply the first one by 1 so that you get the same coefficient of x. 1 multiplied by 2, you get 2x plus 2y equals 64. That's your third equation. Now we can subtract. 2 minus 3. You get 5y minus 2y, that's 3y. 100 minus 64. 36. Divide by 3, you get the y value. Y is 12. So we'll take the first equation and substitute. X plus 12 is 32. So what is X value? 32 minus 12. You get X. So that means how many 20 rupee notes? 20. How many 50 rupee notes? That's 12. So we'll give marks for that. X is 20 and Y is 12. So you get 7 marks. 1 mark for this equation. And we'll give 2 marks for the other equation. Then solving, 2 marks. Is making the same coefficient and subtract. And getting Y value, 2 marks. And getting X value will give 1 mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 1 mark is extra. We'll give 1 mark for finding Y value and 1 mark for X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks for that. And we gave 3 marks, altogether 10 marks for that question. Now we'll take the fourth question. So you have to factorize and then construct quadratic equation and solve. Factorize this. How you factorize? 2a plus 1 whole thing squared minus 16. Can you remember the difference between two square terms? I can write 2a plus 1 whole thing squared minus 4 squared. What's the difference between two square terms? You can write one is a plus b, the other factor is a minus b. So you can write, this is one expression a, 2a plus 1 plus 4, 2a plus 1 minus 4. Those are the two factors. So you can simplify 2a plus 5, 2a minus 3. So how many marks? 2a minus 3, 2a plus 5, 3 marks for that. Part B, following figure represent two rectangles. Find the area of figure 1 in terms of x, length into width, x plus 5 into x plus 4. So we'll expand. So you can use rainbow method or foil method. First with first, x into x, x squared. Then outside, x into 4, 4x. Inside, 5 into x, 5x. And last terms, 5 into 4, 20. So you can add the like terms, these two. 4 plus 5, 9x plus 20. So that's the area. Find the area of the figure 2 in terms of x. 2x plus 1 into x. You get 2x squared plus x. So both are square units. How many marks for these two steps? X squared plus 9x plus 22 marks. 2x squared plus x 1 mark. Then the next part. If both areas are the same, construct a quadratic equation and solve it. So what are the two equations you got? 9x, x squared plus 9x plus 20. X squared plus 9x plus 20. That's equal to 2x squared plus x, because the areas are the same. Now take all terms to the other side. 2x squared minus x squared. You get x squared. X minus 9x minus 8x. And 20, when you take it to the other side, that's minus 20. Now we have to factorize and solve this. What are the factors of minus 20x squared? To get the difference is minus 8. What are the factors? 10 and 2. Middle term is negative, means negative minus 10x and negative 10x and plus 2x. So we can split the middle term to minus 10x and plus 2x. Take first two separately and last two separately. X, you can take it out. You get x minus 10. 2, you can take it out, then x minus 10. X minus 10 is common, take it out. The remaining part, that's x plus 2. There. So the factors are 0. When the factors are 0, you can say each factor can be 0. Because the product is 0 means 1 should be 0 to get the final answer 0. When you take minus 10 here, you get 10. And this one, 2 becomes minus 2 when you take it to the other side. But x is a length. Can you get a negative answer? You can't. Cannot get a negative answer because this is about a length. So what's the answer then? 10. So what's the unit? It's not given any unit, so you can say x is 10 units. How many marks for that one? 4 marks for that whole thing. So we'll give 1 mark here and 3 marks for this one. Altogether 4 marks. 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3, 10 marks given for that question. Question number 5. This is about volume. So we'll see how we can do that. Find the volume of a right circular cylinder with radius 7 and height 30 centimeters. So we have to first draw the diagram. This is a cylinder with radius 7 centimeters and the height is 30 centimeters. So what's the volume? Pi r squared h. Volume is pi 22 over 7 r squared. 7 into 7 into 30. That's the volume. So 7 get cancelled out. 7 times 30, 210. And I can split 11 and 2 here because it's easy to multiply by 11. 11 times 2 times 0, 2 times 1, 11 times 420. You split first and the last digit and then add it. 2, 4 plus 2, 6. 4,620 cubic centimeters is the volume. Two marks for that. Part B. In a right angle triangular prism, the two sides are x and y other than the hypotenuse. Find the cross-sectional area in terms of x and y. So here you get a right angle triangle as the cross-section. So x and y are these two sides except the hypotenuse. So what's the area? Area of the cross-section? Half into base into height. X and y. So xy over 2. So we don't know the units, so units squared. If the length of the prism is 0.4 meters, show that the volume of the prism is 20xy. Area is here. So volume is area of the cross section xy over 2 and the length is 0.4. Now this is in meters. What about the measurements? That's not given, but this should be in centimeters. To get 20xy, that means this one, I'll write this one as centimeter squared. Then you have to convert to the same unit. 0.4 multiplied by 100, 40. So you get 2 times here 20 into xy, 20xy, because we converted everything to centimeters. So this volume is cubic centimeters. So you get how many marks? 1 mark for this area and 2 marks for this volume. And the last part, if x equals 11.6, y is 9.25, find the volume of the prism using logarithmic tables. So we found v equals 20xy. We'll substitute. X is 11.6, y is 9.25, all are in centimeters. Then we have to use logarithmic table. So take log both sides. Log v equals, multiplication becomes addition. Log 20, log 11.6 and log 9.25. So that means here 20 means you are getting the log value 1 point something. So because you have to write in standard notation. 11.6 also 1 point something. And here 9 point something means 0 point. Now we'll refer the table. (20, 0). 30, 10. 11, 6. 11, 6. 0, 6, 4, 5. 92, 5. You have to refer the second table now. 92, 5. 9, 6, 6, 1. Now add all together. 1.3010, 1.0645, 0.9661. Add it. 6, 11, 13, 13 and 3. So to find out V, we need to calculate the antilog value of 3.3316. Now refer the table and see 3316. 3304 is there. 16 means we need another 12. That's 4. That's 6. 21, 4, 6. This is 3 point something. So you have to move the decimal point 3 places here. 1, 2, 3. So 2146 cubic centimeters is the volume using logarithmic tables. So let's see how many marks. 5 marks for that. So taking log, you get 1 mark. For these values, 1, 2. So 3 marks, and taking the antilog value, 1 mark, and for the correct answer, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marks for that question. So 5 marks we gave here and here 3, that's 8, and this one too, 10 marks altogether. Question number 6. This is about scale diagrams. So you have to draw and measure the lengths. AB is a signal tower vertically erected. This tower holds with 2 wires attached to points E and F. EAF is a straight line. CE wire makes 55 degree and DF wire makes 60 degrees with the horizontal line. AB, CE, DF are all in vertical plane. EA equals 40 meters and AF equals 30 meters. Take 1 to 1000 scale and draw the scale diagram. So we have to take 1 to 1000. That means 1 centimeter represent 1000 centimeters. Divide by 100, that's 10 meters is 1 centimeter. So this is in meters. So what are the lengths? 40 meters means 40 divided by 10, that's 4 centimeter length we have to take. 30 divided by 10, that's 3 centimeters. Now we'll draw the scale diagram. So what you have to do? You have to take the ruler and the protractor you can use to measure angle. So let's draw this. Now we'll draw the scale diagram. So we'll take the ruler and we need to draw this line first, EF line. So we'll take the ruler and draw the line. Here, this is 4 centimeters. So I'll start from here, 4 centimeters. This one, so that's A. Then 3 centimeters, another 3 centimeters. 1, 2, 3. So that's this point. Then we need the protractor to measure the angle 55 from here. 55. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 is here. Then from this point, that's 60 degrees to the other side. From here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So this one. Now we can join this one with this and this one with this. Then what you have to do? You have to, so this is D point. So no, this is not the intersecting point. We don't need the intersecting point. Now how we draw the other one? So you have to draw the vertical line now. Vertical line. So we'll take the Z square. Keep it here on top of this line and we can draw the line. That's a perpendicular line drawn from here. So that's the post. And we'll see the points now. This is E, this is F, so this is A. We took 4 centimeter here, 3 centimeters here, and this is 55 degrees and this is 60 degrees. This line and this line meets, this is D. This line and this one, this is C. So we don't know where the B point, just we can mark the B point here. Then find the actual length of EC. So this length and FD. This length we have to measure. So let's measure that. .7. Not 6 point. CE up to here. That's 7.5. 7.5. You can write EC 7.5 centimeters. That's a scale. Then FD. FD from here. So we'll measure from here. Here to here. 5.6 you can take. 5.6. 5.6. That's FD. 5.6 centimeters. You need the actual length. So what's the scale? 1 centimeter, 10 meters. So that means you have to multiply by 10. Actual EC length is 7.5 into 10. 75 meters. What's the actual length of FD? 5.6 into 10, 56 meters. So now here we found out these two actual lengths. Now in this question, the AB length is given. That's 70 meters given. So we didn't consider that one before. So we have to do that now. So AB is given 70 meters. So what is 70 meters means? 70 divided by 10, 7 centimeters length. So we have to measure 7 centimeter length from here. That's the actual AB point. So here, 7 centimeters here. So this is the B point. So this is B. I can erase this B now. That's not the actual B point. 7 centimeters from here. And we need to change that because we didn't consider AB equals 70 meters. So I'll include that. AB is given 70 meters. And let's take the next part. Before that, we'll give marks for this one. So how many marks for these steps? So you are getting 2 marks for finding all these scale lengths. EC actual length 1 mark. FD actual length 1 mark. And for the scale diagram, you are getting 3 marks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 marks for this. So let's take the next part. Find the angle of depression of F from B. We'll join the 2 points B and F. This one. So angle of depression means from horizontal line this angle. But we can measure this angle. This angle is same as this. Alternate angles are equal. So we can measure this angle instead of other way around. So what's the angle? Here, from here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 degrees. So the angle of depression is 70 degrees. Now find the actual distance CD. So we have to measure the CD length. So we'll take the ruler here and measure the length. This is 1.2 here to here, CD length 1.2. 1.2 centimeters. Then what's the actual length? Actual CD equals multiplied by 10. That's 12 meters is the CD length. So how many marks for that? You are getting 1 mark for the angle and 2 marks for this one. So we gave altogether 10 marks for this question. So let's do the next one. Question number 7. That's your first question in part B. So this is about number patterns. So let's do that. Following figures show structures created using matchsticks by a student. Find out number of matchsticks in each figure. Count and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first one is 6. What about the second one? 6 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding 5 to that. 6 plus 5, 11. Here. Now 11 is there. Then adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 plus 5, 16. So those are the 3 terms. How many more matchsticks in figure 2 than in figure 1? 11 minus 6, that's 5 more. Which type of progression is this? Now when you take the difference, 11 minus 6 is also 5. Then when you take the other one, third term minus the second term, that's also 5. Common difference is there. So it's an arithmetic progression. Let's see how many marks for these 3 parts. You get 1 mark here and 1 mark for this one, and showing that it's arithmetic, you get 2 marks. Part 4, how many matchsticks needed to create 20th figure? So we found out each time it increases by 5. The common difference is 5. First term is 6. So what's the 20th term? So T20. What's the term? First term is 6 plus n minus 1. That's 19. D is 5. 6 plus 5 times 9, 45. 5 times 1, 5 plus 4, 9. So when you add it, you get 101. So 20th figure, you need 101 matchsticks. How many matchsticks needed to create first 12 figures? So that means sum of all matchsticks up to 12. So S12 you need. How can we find out? If it's sum, you can use 2 formula. N over 2 A plus L. If you know the first term and the last term, you can use that. If you know the first term and the common difference, you can use this. So which one we can use now? For this question, you don't know the last term. So we can use the second one. So 12 over 2, 2A. A is 6 plus n minus 1. That's 12 minus 1, 11. D, that's 5. 2 times 6. Here, 6 times 2, 12 plus 55. What you get? 6 into 7, 6. 6 times 7, 42. 6 times 6, 46. Plus 4, 50. So 502 matchsticks altogether needed to create first 12 figures. So how many marks there? 2 marks here. And here you get 402. Just look at the multiplication. 6 times 7, 42. 4 remaining. 6 times 6, 36. Time 4, that's 40, not 50. So I'll erase this and put 4. Answer is 4. 402. So you get 4 marks for that. So 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 4, 10 marks. Let's take question number 8. That's construction questions. You can use only pair of compass and straight edge. That's the ruler. So let's do that. Draw a line segment AB, that's 9 centimeters. So here, that's the first question. Okay. So we'll do that. So first draw a line. Then you take the compass and the ruler and you need to measure 9 centimeters. You can keep it here and draw. A, B, 9 centimeters. Construct the triangle ABC where ABC angle, B angle is 60. So we'll create 60 angle here. Take small length. You know now how to construct 60 degrees. Take same length. We are using property of equilateral triangle. Now you can draw the line. That's 60-degree angle. BAC, this is 30. How you construct 30? Draw 60 and bisect 60-degree angle. So we can do that here. First we can construct 60-degree angle and then bisecting. Again, take the same distance, use the property of equilateral triangle, and you can draw 60. But you don't need to draw it. Now we can bisect that angle. So I'm bisecting the angle. That's 30. So this and this is 30. So this is 30 and this is 60. Then this becomes 6. Construct the parallel line to AC, passes the line B. We'll use parallelogram method. So we create a parallelogram so that automatically the line is parallel. So what you do, you take this distance. Opposite sides are equal in a parallelogram. This distance, you keep it here and mark the same distance there. Then you have to take A to C distance now. A to C distance, that should be same as B to this one. Now we have same distance. You can connect B and this point. That's the parallel line. Passes through B parallel to AC. So these two lines are parallel. So those are the 3 parts for this one. So we'll give marks. So you are getting 1 mark for AB line segment. And then 1 mark for 60-degree angle, 1 mark for 30-degree angle, and marking the C point, 1 mark. So 4 marks for creating the triangle. And then 2 marks for parallel line. Drawing the parallel line. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marks altogether here. So let's do the next part. Construct a perpendicular to above line created in part 3 from A. So this is the parallel line we created in part 3. Now you have to draw a perpendicular line. You take the compass and you take any distance from A. You can mark the 2 points on this line here and here. So that means we have to extend this line. We'll extend this line. Now we can take from here, draw an arc here and arc to this side. And then connect from A. So that's the perpendicular line from A to the parallel line. We drew in part 3. Then, what is the name of ADBC quadrilateral? So, this part we have to write as D. ADBC. So, this becomes D. So, this becomes D. So, ADBC. Can you see? When you look at the angles, this is 30, this is 60. So, this should be 90. 180 minus 90. Then, this is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram means this is 90, this is 90, this is 90. Allied angles add up to 180. If this is 90, this is also 90. This is 90, this is also 90. So, what is the shape? It's a rectangle. So, you have to write a rectangle because it's 90-degree angles are there. So, all these are 90-degree angles. Okay, how many marks for that part? So, you are getting 2 for drawing this perpendicular line and another 2 for mentioning this is a rectangle. So, 2, 2, 4. Previously, we gave 6 marks, altogether 10 marks. Question number 9. You have to draw the diagram. So, let's draw it first and then we'll see how we can show this. You have to show DBEF is a parallelogram. ABCD is a quadrilateral. So, we can draw any quadrilateral. This one. We'll draw this one and mark A, B, C, D. X and Y are midpoints of side BC. X and CD. Why? So, this distance is equal to this one, this is equal to this one. Then, AX is produced to, this should be E, produced to E. AX is produced to E. So that AX is equal to XE. This one. So this distance is equal to this distance. AY is produced to F. So that AY equals YF. AY equals, so we have to draw AY equals YF. So somewhere here. So YF. Now these two distance also equal. Show that DBEF is a parallelogram. We'll connect DBEF is a parallelogram. So you have to show that it's a parallelogram. So let's do that in the next page. So this is the diagram. So you have to draw the diagram properly first. So let's do that in the next page. So let's try to prove. We need to show that DBEF is a parallelogram. That's you need to prove, to be proved. So look at carefully. When you look at the diagram, and I'll connect these two lengths, XY. What can you say about this triangle? When you take AFE triangle. AFE triangle, what can you say? AFE triangle, AY equals YF. Y is the midpoint of AF. X is the midpoint of AE. So when you connect two midpoints according to converse midpoint theorem, this line is parallel to this one. So this line is parallel to this one. So that's the first thing you can say. You can say X, Y are midpoints of AE and AF according to converse midpoint theorem. You can say XY is parallel to EF. And what about the length? We can say double of XY is EF. Double of XY is equal to EF. That's your first equation. Now we'll take BCD triangle. What can you say about BCD triangle? BCD triangle, we can say, again, Y is the midpoint of CD. You can say dy equals YC. Then BX is equal to XC. Again, according to converse midpoint theorem, you can say XY is parallel to BD. And what's the size? Again, double. You can say 2XY is equal to BD. That's your second equation. So again, you can write midpoint theorem. All these related to midpoint theorem. Then, according to first and second equation, same thing left hand side. So you can say EF is equal to BD, and by looking at this one, you can say BD is parallel to EF as well. Pair of opposite sides parallel and equal. So that's a parallelogram. So these are opposite sides. Pair of opposite sides. Pair of opposite sides equal and parallel. Therefore, DBEF. DBEF is a parallelogram. DBEF is a parallelogram. So that's the proof. So how many marks for this? So in this one, you are getting marks for drawing the diagram, correct diagram as well. So let's see how we can give marks. We can give 3 marks for sketching the diagram correctly. Then we can say 1 mark here, 1 mark. We'll give 2 marks here. 3, 4, 5, 6. And here this one, another 3 marks. 6 plus 3, 9. And finally, you can say this one, that's 1 mark. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 marks for the whole proof. Question number 10. Again, you have to find out angles there. So let's do that. O is the center of the circle. P, Q, R, S, T, U. Points are on the circle. P, U, T is 30. P, S. P, S is equal to SR. These two lengths are equal. Find the values of the following angles. PRQ. PRQ. So we'll connect this one. PRQ. PQ is the diameter. So that's a semicircle angle. So what is PRQ? 90 degrees. What's the reason? Semicircle angles are always 90 degrees. So this is 90. PRT. PRT. This angle. Look at this one, PT arc. This angle and this angle, same segment angles. So this is 30. Same segment angles. POR. POR. This angle we have to find. Look at carefully and see. If we can find out this angle, easily you can find. What is this angle? To this arc, this is the angle subtended on the circumference. This is the angle subtended at the center. So that's double of that. So if this is 30, this is 60. Then the other one is, the required one is 180 minus 60 degrees. 120. So what we can write? Because this is 60, this is that. So we can say angle subtended at the center. Is double as the angle subtended on the circumference. How many marks for these three? 1, 1 and 1. 3 marks. Next one. According to the above information, show that ORQ is an equilateral triangle. We'll mark all the information that we marked before. This is 60, 30. This one we have to draw the line. And this is 90 we found. And this is 120. Those are the information. Okay, so the first part, ORQ. ORQ is an equilateral triangle. Now look at carefully. This is 60, so this is 60. But we know these two lengths are equal. If the two lengths are equal, you get 120 for both. 120 divided by 2, 60, 60. Each angle is 60, means this is an equilateral triangle. So let's write down ROQ is equal to 60 degrees. Opposite angles. Then you can write OQ is equal to OR, that's radii. That means OQR is equal to ORQ. ORQ, that's 60 degree each. So that means OQR is an equilateral triangle. Part 2. Show that Psro is a rhombus. Psro is a rhombus. Here this length we can't mark like this. We'll mark with a different line. Now what can we say? This is a rhombus. So we have to show that the lengths are also equal. Now can you see OR and OP both are equal. This is equal to this one. And we'll write down OP is equal to OR because of radii. That's radii. Then what can you do? How can you show these two? So these two lengths are equal. We have to find out one angle. See? This one and this one. This is 30, this is 30. And if this is 30 and this is also 30, now look at carefully. PSRQ is a cyclic quadrilateral. PSRQ is a cyclic quadrilateral. So if this is 60, this is 120. Opposite angles are add up to 180. So you get, if this is 60, this is 120. Then 180 minus 120, 60, divide by 2, you get 30 and 30 here. Now we can say PSR triangle and POR triangle. SPR angle, SPR angle is 30, and also we can see PRO. PRO angle, that's also 30. But these are, this one and this one, these are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. That means you can say parallel. PS is parallel to OR. PS is parallel to OR. That's parallel. So we have to show that equal as well. How can we show that equal? We can take the two triangles, these two triangles. This angle is equal to this angle. This PR is common and one angle is equal. That means angle, angle, side, the two triangles are congruent. So we can now write down that PSR triangle is congruent to POR triangle. PR is common. PSR angle, that's 120, is equal to POR angle. And we can take SPR angle is equal to ORP. Then we can say these are congruent because of angle, angle, side. That means congruent elements are equal. So corresponding elements opposite to this angle. So we can say therefore OP OP. If this is 30, this is 30. Opposite to this one is OP. OP is equal to SR. As well as you can say PS is equal to OR. Now PS is parallel to OR, PS is equal to OR. You can say all sides are equal, as well as it's a parallelogram. Parallelogram with all sides equal, that's a rhombus. So here you can write all sides are equal, and you can say PSRO is a parallelogram with all sides equal. Therefore, PSRO is a rhombus. So that's the proof. So how many marks for that? So we did 2 parts. Let's see how many marks. So 3 marks for this. And how many marks here? 1, 2, 3 given. 3 and 3, 6. And the last part, you are getting 4 marks. Let's take the next one. Question number 11. That's about Venn diagrams. 80 students in a school are participated in an educational trip. 60% of them are boys. 28 students are above 18 years. 14 girls are less than 18 years. Show the information in a Venn diagram. How many boys are who are above 18 years? Shade the region that belongs to girls who are above 18 years. So we'll try to draw that. So we'll take first the rectangle. And then we have to take 2 circles. Boys circle and who are above 18 years. Boys, and this one we can take above 18 years. 80 students in the school, so 8 is here. And 60% of them are boys. 60% of 80. How many boys are there? 48 boys are there. 28 students are above 18 years. So above 18 years, 28 students are there. 14 girls are less than 18 years. Not in this circle, not in this one. So 14 is here. Girls who are less than 18 years. How can we find out these values? So we can find out by subtracting 80 minus 14. You are getting, what's the value? You are getting 66. And 66 is these two. But when you add 48 and 28, 48 and 28, what you get? 76. So the difference between 76 and 66 becomes the middle value, 10. Or you can put x and do this question. So 10 is there. So if you are using x, if this is x, this should be 48 minus x, 28 minus x. When you add all these, you are getting 80. So you construct an equation and find. So we can use without that as well. So I'm using this number, 10. So this is 28 minus 10, this becomes 18. So this becomes 38. So that's the diagram. How many boys who are above 18 years? Boys who are above 18, this part, that's 10. Then the next one, shade the region that belongs to girls who are above 18 years. Girls, but not boys. So outside, so this part is the girls who are above 18 years. So we can shade it. So I'll take a color and just shade this region. So you need to shade this part. So how many marks? You are getting 4 marks for this part, drawing the diagram. And then 2 marks for finding this value and shading, 2 marks. And let's take the next part. So here 4, 2, 6, 8. B part. NA is given 20, intersection is 10, union is that, find NB. So what's the formula? Union is equal to NA plus NB minus NA intersection B. Then you want NB. So make NB as the subject of the formula. So that means you are taking A union B plus, you have to take this one to this side, NA intersection B minus NA. Now substitute the values. Union is 50, intersection is 10, A is 20. 50 plus 60 is 50 plus 10, 60, 60 minus 20, 40 is the answer. So you are getting 2 marks for that. So we gave 8 and these 2, 10 marks. Last question in this paper. Let's do that. Landowner estimated that 12 men needed for 10 days to cultivate the land for chilies. How many man days needed for this task? Men days. It says 12 men, 10 days. So how many man days? 12 times 10. 120 man days are there. Then how many men needed to complete the task in 6 days? 6 days, same number of man days. So how many men? 120 divided by 6. You get 20 men needed for that. If you want to complete within 6 days, you need 20 men. So how many marks for these two? You are getting 2 marks for man days and 2 marks for this. After 6 days work, 3 more men join the group. How many days they will take to complete the remaining work? So 12 men, 6 days worked. So how many man days? 72 completed. So how many remaining ones are there? 120 minus 72. 48 man days are remaining. 3 more men joined. So that means now 15 men are there. So how many days for the other part? How many days taken? 48 divided by 15. 3 times 5, 3 times 1, 3 times 6. 16 divided by 5. 5 times 3, 15, 1 over 5. So 3 days and 1/5 of a day takes to complete the remaining work. A pipe takes 25 seconds to fill 50 liters of petrol to a tank. What is the rate in liters per second? So rate you can straight away find out. This is 50 liters within 25 seconds. So you can give the rate in liters per second. 25 into 2 liters per second. So that's the rate. So let's give marks. 3 marks for this part and 3 marks here. So 3, 3, 6 and 4, 10 marks for the whole question. So this is the last question in your paper. So make sure that you complete all the questions and then watch my video to check your answers.